So now I'm here in Jeddah after a really long and difficult day yesterday. I started in Porto in Portugal, then I had a flight to Paris. That was still fine, that was still a really nice flight actually. But then in Paris, Paris-Orly, that airport, then the problem started. That first at security, my backpack was completely unpacked, really almost completely, and the woman there said I should unpack that myself, but then I said at other airports it never happens. Yeah, so but that would not have been the biggest problem. The biggest problem was that the flight then from Paris to Istanbul was delayed by 2 hours because there were some ground staff problems with the, I don't know, maybe the passenger list or something, because then they actually asked all passengers to take out their boarding pass, and they went through almost the whole plane, but they actually stopped a few rows in front of me. I mean, I was in the second last row. I don't know why, but then eventually, yeah, that was just before these 2 hours were over. And then, yeah, and then we could finally, with 2 hours delay, we could fly to Istanbul. And then I was so worried actually during that time. I was scared I would miss my flight from Istanbul to Jeddah, because it actually, my arrival would have been when the boarding starts for that flight. So, but then I was actually lucky that the second flight was also delayed. So when I arrived there in Jeddah, when I arrived in Istanbul at the airport, then I figured out, yeah, the second flight is also delayed, so I still had enough time. And then, yeah, didn't need to be in a hurry anymore, and then I could fly here to Jeddah. And then actually I got 2 sandwiches on board because first there was, when I checked in, there was no meal displayed, so I ordered a meal, but actually I had ordered one already, so it was not displayed correctly during check-in. So yeah, so I had 2 sandwiches. But anyway, I was really hungry after that day. Yeah. So and then I arrived. Also that, because that flight was delayed, yeah, I arrived at around 2 a.m. here in Jeddah, and then I had to do the visa on arrival. That took like almost 2 hours, this whole process, so that I was able to go to my hotel here. Also, and then the thing was that the hotel room here was cancelled, and I contacted booking.com, then I didn't get an answer, then I decided to go to this hotel anyway. And then here, when I arrived here, they said the booking for that night was cancelled because that night is basically over technically for them. And then I got a new booking, and now actually I saved one night because the booking is from today till tomorrow. So I got like 1.5 nights for the price of one, so there I was lucky. But the visa on arrival was a bit expensive, but anyway, in that way, yeah, I compensated that a little bit. Anyway, now I'm here in Jeddah, and it is still quite warm, almost hot, yeah, I would say. Yeah, it is hot for European, what Europeans get used to. But because I had been to Morocco, I had been in Morocco when there were 45 degrees, so now they're here up to 35, so it's just warm for me now. Yeah. Anyway, I don't really have a problem with different temperatures. So now I have plans to go to certain places. More about that later.